Should I start? Question mark. Okay. Sorry, it's been a long time. Welcome back to Two Broads with your two favorite broads. I am Kayla.
And I'm Jenna.
And we are two broads. Yes, we all know. You've seen the comments, guys. We've seen the hot takes online. We might have taken another hiatus, okay?
Maybe we just live in hiatus.
Yes.
And then just grace you with our presence sometimes.
Yes.
I think that's a more accurate. But Kayla swears this time we're back. I will say it did take me like 15 text messages to drag her out to record right now.
It did.
But
it did.
A little bit.
It did. But we're here, and that's what counts. And as you probably can guess from the episode title, that we're still working at, I guess.
Oh no, I have them. Don't worry.
She has them on lock.
She has them.
Okay, perfect. She has them on lock. You can guess what we're talking about. And this is what brought us out of the grave. Okay. So shout out to the producers, directors, screenwriters, and actors of Heated Rivalry, guys. This has been everywhere. And it's funny because the reason why this even started up is Jenna texted me like, oh, have you seen Heated Rivalry? And then Kaylee texted me that same day asking, and I was like, okay, this is a sign to watch it. And Jenna was like, we should podcast about it. And that's why we're here. So a genuine shout out.
Like the fact that like there would not been a topic that I would have come onto the podcast this fast for if I had not seen this show. Truly, I've been a level of obsessed that's probably really, really unhealthy. And like, the amount of money I have planned and will continue to plan to give because of this show is insane, which I will tell you about, Kayla. But I'm just so excited to hear all about what you think. So, okay, to catch everybody up, I told Kayla, I said, here's the plan. You watch the first 3 episodes because maybe she would hate it. I don't know. Maybe she'd be like weird and like, I don't know, not want to like this show. That's literally my favorite thing in the world right now. But I told her watch the first 3, take your notes. We'll do book club on the pod, and then she can go and finish the show. So I did rewatch the first 3 to like catch myself up. But Kayla's definitely going to have to like guide us through the episodes so I don't give her any spoilers.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing's just kind of one continuous thought on my brain. But I do have notes, and I have so many questions for you. And I just want to talk all about what you think because it's a lot.
Perfect. Yeah, I have notes too. I'm like, I don't have anything for anybody on the pod to be like, what's been going on? Absolutely nothing. There is nothing to catch up. Oh my God, I can't talk. Oh my God.
We're out of practice, guys. Give us grace.
Yeah, sorry. I'm like stumbling over my words. I'm so nervous. I don't have any updates. Literally the biggest update I can give you guys is I have a child, guys. I have a baby. She
does.
I have a baby. I gave birth about a year ago to a beautiful baby boy cat. And he is the love of my life. His name is Lucky. I love him dearly. He can be a little stinker.
He's adorable.
Yeah, he turns 1 in almost exactly a month. It's January 17th now. He's almost 1. He's still a baby though, but you know, he's going through his like teenager phase right now. So
as a baby.
Yeah, as a baby. Yes. As one does as a literal child. So that's it for me.
You gasped like for the date, and I was like, oh my God, did you also forget your animal's birthday? Because for the last 2 years, Christian and I have like routinely forgot Abby's birthday. Like we'll make it a whole point. Her birthday is February 8th.
Wait, he's February. Well, obviously he's February. It's January and I said a month.
Yeah.
Not that crazy.
No. It's okay. But literally every January, I will look at Christian and go, we have to remember her birthday. We have to do something for her birthday. Pup cup on her birthday. And literally not until like a week after Valentine's Day will I look at him and go, guess what we forgot? Again. Her birthday. So she's like, it's happened the last 2 years. And she's not even 5. So Our track record's not that great. So
She's
glad
like,
you're
what is
being a better
this
mom than
thing I
me.
hear about birthday? Like, is that like a
Birthday?
myth? Like, is that,
No,
are those
literally.
real? Is this like a legend? Like, I don't know. I haven't really done
Well,
it
we do
before.
belated birthday, obviously, when we forget, but
It's
like,
okay.
Shayla doesn't know when her birthday is.
Right, I was going to say,
'cause
what
it's
she
never
doesn't
happened on
know
the s-
won't hurt her. She's
No,
fine.
never happened on the same day.
She's fine. Also, I mean, I have stuff to tell you, not for the pod, but I have crazy stuff to tell you
Fine.
later.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, I love
Yeah.
drama.
Remind me, because I can't legally
Kayla's gonna
talk about
give
it on the
me
pod,
tea.
probably.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. You don't get the juicy content. Kayla's going to tell me off pod.
But you do have that excitement of, ooh, there's stuff going on, but sadness because you won't know.
Oh, well. Sucks to suck. That's for our Patreon subscribers.
That's for our Belgium fans.
No, literally. Updates from my corner. I did buy a house.
Yes. Do you
Crazy.
want the
Hence
house
the
tour?
different room that we're in. Not going to give the pod a house tour.
Okay.
No.
She said, I will not
sorry.
take you to the first, second, or third floor, actually.
No, you can wave from your car outside.
Yes.
Actually,
Yes.
sorry. But no, we love her. She's great. It's really nice having space and not having to hopefully worry about as many interruptions for the pod. So we'll see. That was also, I think, a big motivator in us coming back is because I don't have to worry about as many people's schedules
Right.
when we want to record. So no one's home right now. It's just me. So hopefully we'll be okay. The dog will behave. The cat will behave.
Yes.
Kayla's dust in her room will behave. And we
Like,
can
what
get,
is going on?
I don't know.
Like, hello? Wait, hang on. Wait a second. Before we start this,
Okay.
did you watch Stranger Things?
No.
Oh
I
my
stopped
God.
watching Stranger Things. Like, okay, someone was asking me this because we went to the movies and like one of the posters, which also you're going to have to explain to me. I don't get why it was in a movie theater. Like, why did I have a Stranger Things poster in a movie theater?
Yeah, that was a thing.
No, I'm asking. Like, did they like,
yeah.
like what was in theaters?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
don't know.
I was like, yeah, that was a thing. Yeah. So the finale, they did a special where it was only, I think, select AMC theaters, if I'm not mistaken. Like Harkins didn't have any of it. I don't think. But they were doing a special where this finale was released in certain theaters. So they had showings for it because it was like 2 hours long. But I was like, oh, I wish you had do you plan on watching it? Because I feel like this would be a good thing to talk about right now before we get into Heated Rivalry.
You can, no, I don't think I'm going to watch it. So let me tell you though, the last thing that I remember from Stranger Things at all, so you know how far behind I am.
Got it.
The last thing I remember.
Stop banging on your desk because I hear it on the mic.
Sorry. I'm
have
going
to
to
edit
sit my
that.
hands in my pockets.
I have to edit
Jeez.
that.
Sorry, Kayla.
It's okay. Continue.
Keep my hands in my pockets. Hold on to the cart the whole pod. Sorry. Last thing I remember from Stranger Things, I think it was like the first or second episode of whatever season it was where the mean redhead girl showed up for the first time.
Oh my God. That was like season 2 or 3. Also, can you hear my washer going crazy in the background?
I hear it sounds like noise, yes.
Yeah, it's
but
like
I couldn't tell it was a washer, but I could hear like a
Ugh, I hope that we'll get rid of it in post. It's like it was silent for a little bit and then it's like doing the spin cycle and it's like
hit the spin cycle. Yeah.
And I can't turn it off because Lucky Pete all over it. Anyways.
Joyce is being a mother.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if you could hear it or not. It's kind of a little quiet. Okay, so when Max came in, she has a name. Max came in, I'm pretty sure it was season 2 or 3 because we had season 5. I think it was season 2. So you barely watched it, in other words.
Yeah, I know nothing. Like nothing at all.
Well, I want to talk about it mainly, like not just be like, oh my gosh, wasn't that amazing? I just want to talk about how crappy the finale was. Okay.
People, that's what I've heard. I have heard people were like disappointed. And then there was something about people saying like, that can't possibly be it. There's so many plot holes. We're going to get another one that never showed up.
Yes. The theory was that there was going to be a hidden episode because the way that like things were lining up, turns out the date that everyone said was going to be the new episode was just a documentary, which also showed how little effort the Duffer Brothers went through to do the ending of the entire show correctly. So Will now has powers. He's very similar to 11, but he can hack into the mind of Vecna and like see certain things, and like the Demogorgons that were in there. He can like, if he really focuses and uses his power, he can see through the Demogorgon's eyes, and he was able to like save all his friends. There was a whole scene in that, like, that's what showed that he had the power, because he realized all his friends were literally about to die and be slashed up by these demogorgons, my God. And he like locked in, and he like did this whole thing, and he was like to all of them. And then when he got down, the final scene of that episode was they like panned to him, and then he had blood coming down his nose because that's Elle's thing, right? And then he wiped his nose, and they were like, he has powers. I will say the first portion of the episodes that got released, because I think it was like 3, 6, 9 is what they did. So part 1 that they released for season 5, that was a good portion. The other ones, not so much. And the last episode, even though it was 2 hours, like there were so many things. Like, one, the battle itself felt so short. I don't know. It just was not it. And also, they said they were going to kill off characters. I'm sorry. They didn't kill enough characters. Because it was season...
Kayla.
Because it was season 5 finale of the whole show, there should have been there should have been a huge, like, heartbreaking twist. And when they released the documentary, I didn't fully watch it. I've seen clips on TikTok, okay? All the clips I've seen just shows me they were not even, they said it, they weren't done writing. They were not done writing. They were on like episode 2, I think, when they were filming, and one of the, I think it was like a producer or something, she's like, yep, here we are on the set of blah, blah, blah episode. And we're excited to see how it turns out, because we actually don't know how it's going to turn out, because the finale hasn't even been written yet. We haven't even finished writing the last few episodes. I was like, you've had 2-ish years to do this?
So why would they like someone put a gun on their funding, like finish by this date or you have no money? Like, there's no way.
On top of that, when they showed the documentary, they showed them all in the writing room, and they brought in like past writers from other episodes. The kicker is one of the Duffer Brothers, who were like the creators of Stranger Things, got a divorce before they started filming, and the ex-wife was a big contributor in past seasons because she's a screenwriter. So she helped write a good chunk of it. And so once they got divorced, people were like, ooh, yeah, she's probably laughing at you right now, being like, I know your show is about to suck so bad without me. So that's another thing people are saying.
I want to know why they got a divorce. Like, I kind of want to support it sucking if, like,
right,
he's the reason for the divorce. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm curious because I don't know. But last thing I'll say about this, we can move on to Heated Rivalry. I just like had to speak about it with someone. When they were all in the writing room with everyone, their laptops are all open. They have ChatGPT open, like multiple tabs of ChatGPT. No, I'm like not even lying. They had ChatGPT tabs open in that writing room. So they were probably like whatever the reason you're using it for, it's like, why do you have ChatGPT, like multiple tabs of ChatGPT? Are you using AI to write your episodes because it wasn't very good? Like, were you that desperate? I'm sure humans could write a decent...
I feel like it's not even like, oh, let ChatGPT write it, but it's like, I'm out of ideas. I literally have nothing else.
How can we make the biggest plot twist ever?
No, literally. Like, boy's trying to save his friends. Give me scenarios in which are not expected when trying to save his friends.
How do we psych the audience out to thinking this person's going to die and then they don't? Anyways, I had to talk about that with someone. And now that my washer is done, we can lock in.
Yay. Perfect. Hooray. So Kayla just went on and on and on and on about bad writing. I would like to transition to what I personally think is excellent writing.
She said this deserves an Oscar.
I love this show. So this is not, okay. I saw this show for the first time like as an ad on HBO that like released, whatever. And I didn't know what it was about. I just knew it was gay hockey players. That is all that I knew. And I watched like maybe the 30-second trailer. I didn't realize it was a book. I clearly didn't read the book. I didn't realize it was a book with a sequel. I think there's only 2. I don't even know.
Yeah, something like that. So
I haven't read them. I have not read the books. I think I'm going to read the books before the second one comes out because they said it's not going to come out till like 2027, I think, or 8. So we're going to be waiting a while. But I saw it and I was like, maybe I want to watch that. And I was over at my friend's house and I looked at him and I was like, hey, will you watch the gay hockey players with me? Because I don't think I can like watch them by myself. I don't know. I feel like this is like I'm not the main audience for this. And he very much is. And so I was like, will you? And he's like, yeah, whatever. Never got around to it. Come New Year's Eve. Okay. I have all my friends over here at the house, whatever, drinking and play card games, whatever. And my friend Erin comes over and she looks at me and she goes, have you watched any of Heated Rivalry yet? And I'm like, no, I've been wanting to, but no, we haven't. She goes, we need to fix that immediately. So it's me. Christian is home, but he's asleep because he had to work New Year's. Sad. Me, Hannah, Aaron, and then their boyfriends. Okay. And next thing you know, so the girls outnumber the guys. And the next thing you know, I just have boys on the TV. And it was insane. Kayla to have all these people over. And this was the content on my TV. Christian wakes up and he's like, what is going on? Why is this on the screen?
Like,
why is everyone giggling? No, literally had no idea what was going on. So since then I was hooked. And I watched, I think the whole thing in like a week because it was only 6 episodes.
Yeah. Which I'm dying to watch the rest, by the way.
It's so good. It's so good. Before we start going episode by episode, I do want to say for anybody who is listening, who does not know anything about this show, and maybe you're not listening to this with headphones or anything, this is a steamy show. Yeah. This is not Bluey. Is it not?
Isn't it rated R?
I have no idea. It was made in Canada, and that's also what I want to ask you because so much of how the show was made. I saw a comment somewhere where they said, like, I guess they were being, like, the show was being pitched to American producers, creators, whatever, and we turned it down. The Americans said no. So then the Canadians picked it up and they made the show. Thank you, Canada. And I think that was the best thing to do because I feel like the Americans would have butchered it.
Probably.
So bad. So bad.
Or like severely censored it or like tried to not make it what it actually is.
Yes. So for those of you who know nothing about this show, it is called Heated Rivalry. It is based on a book that I think is probably called Heated Rivalry. I don't even think the title is different.
Yeah.
And it is a romance. It is a deep, deep, deep romance between two younger, they're like what, 20s? Like mid-20s, I think?
Yeah, something around there, yeah.
Yeah. Hockey players from different countries, different teams who have all types of romantical relations, okay? So if you are listening and you're not necessarily wanting to keep listening to this, or if you have children in your car or something, I'm just telling you right now, maybe this isn't the episode to be listening to if you're like at work and you don't want to giggle about boys kissing and me seeing their booty cheeks, because that is what the show is.
Yeah, that is what the content is. So be aware. Be careful.
Be aware. This is what's happening. God, it's the best thing ever. Okay. So we'll go episode by episode. So episode 1 is called Rookies. Kayla.
Yes.
What did you think of episode 1?
Okay. I have quite a few notes, but they're like all scattered. Like I just want you to like
totally
see.
Fine. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So I put this, I'm like reading them just verbatim exactly what I wrote. I said,
okay, great.
Already the opening gym scene, I was like, ooh, what's going to happen? Because there was just so much tension already. And I was like, we are starting strong. Like we are starting so strong. And I was like, I don't know, maybe. And obviously I knew those were both the main characters because I had seen an interview with the both of them. I've been avoiding all content, but I was, I think it was, what was it? Critics' Choice Awards, one of those, and they were both there. And I think I quickly saw it, and I think they were talking about like something about hockey, and I was like, oh, it must be those guys. So like obviously I knew, but I was like, wait, maybe one of them is like not actually gay, and like the other one's like just being like really flirty. And I was like, I don't know. Like I didn't know. Okay. The second note that I had, a lot of time jumps, like a crazy amount of time jumps. And I've never read the book. Okay. I've never read the book. I knew it was a book because my friend read them and he was obsessed with them. And so I already knew just the tiniest bit of Heated Rivalry because he would talk to me about it. But I don't know how the book actually is. And I'm like, is that part of the writing where it's like 2008, 2011, 2012, 2013? I was like, where are we? We are moving fast. We're moving fast.
I'm so glad that you brought that up. So I'm going to go back like a tiny bit.
Okay.
Because my first note is December 2008, because that was like one of the bigger starts to the like time jump or whatever. And I just wanted to say it's December 2008 and I wrote the housing market has crashed. And then we fast forward 6 months to a hockey draft. Like no concept of like anything else that's happening. And it's like, okay, suddenly it's 2008 and now the boys are like being drafted like to different
I will say
teams.
I do love that they had I think it was a BlackBerry on one of I love that they had the technology because it felt very real. I was like, we're in the present day of 2000 whatever.
1,000,000%. Like without the time jumps and without those little things, like I fully would have like been all over the place. Not knowing like there's a part. No, literally, there's a part where I think it's Shane's dad asks him and he goes, "What's YouTube?"
Yes. He asked me what YouTube is, and he was like, "Oh, it's just this. They post videos, and you go down a rabbit hole." He's like, "A rabbit hole?" And he goes, "Oh, it's just when you click on one video, then it recommends another one." I was like, "That's crazy to me." And I know that YouTube hasn't been around forever and ever, but it's like so crazy because obviously there's a start point and an end point to everything. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Like that's wild.
We need to give the people listening who maybe don't know anything about the show, like some context of like characters and the plot line of the show, other than it's like steamy and they kiss.
Yeah.
So our two main characters, this isn't a spoiler, but if you're trying to watch it for the first time, I don't know, stop listening and come back after we watched it, I guess. We are going to go episode by episode, or at least try our best to. So you can stop at any point. If you're like, I'm not on episode 3 yet. Okay, just don't listen.
Okay, pause it and go.
Literally, hit pause. We'll be here when you come back. Great. Okay, so our two main characters, we have Shane Hollander, who is Canadian, and he's this, I think it's important to note that he's like, what did they say? It's like half Japanese, half
he's just Asian, and he's like, like it's not, he represents that part of himself because that wasn't really a thing.
Yeah, they make it like a pretty known point that like, or at least his mom is giving Kris Jenner like momager. So she makes it a definite point to look at him and be like, a lot of kids who look like you don't get this opportunity. You're one of the first kids who's like out here, like getting drafted this young for these like amazing teams, whatever. So you can tell he already has like a ton of pressure on him. He wants to do really, really well. The show is called Heated Rivalry. So clearly you can tell both these characters are going to be hella competitive, which adds to all the tension, the yummy tension that comes later. So that's Shane Hollander. We love him. And then our secondary character also has just as much pressure on him, but for other reasons we find out later in the show. His name is Ilya Rozanov, and he's Russian. And Kayla, I have it bad for this character. Not even the actor, okay? I've looked up the actor. He's great. He's nice. His interviews are fine and cute. But something about this character in the show, I lose my mind. I feel like I'm 13 watching Edward Cullen on the screen for the first time. Right. It's that level of bad. So those are our two characters. Shane Hollander, Ilya Rozanov, and... Is there anything else that I want to say about? Oh, it starts with basically they are both being scouted, trying to get drafted, and competing against each other to get drafted into their preferred teams. I don't know. If you guys know hockey, we're not going to explain
and
hockey
this is
well.
like
I don't
obviously
really care.
like we said, they're like in their 20s, so this is like professional hockey. It's not some like random game in high school team. No, this is like their careers, and they make good money doing it. Like it's a legit career. Well, obviously in the show, but
money.
Yeah,
very, very good money. I think it's important to note that so the gym scene that Kayla was talking about, obviously, like in the draft, everyone wants to be like the first person who gets picked in the draft. You're the first person that a team picked it or whatever. It's like a super competitive thing. I did write down Hollander was number 2 in the draft and Ilya was 1. Okay. So that already kind of starts this like tension, rivalry between the characters because obviously everyone wants to be number 1, whatever. And Ilya is definitely a like sarcastic asshole. I'm gonna flirt with you by bullying you in your face.
Super cocky.
Kind of super cocky. The cockiest human you'll ever meet in your life. With the heaviest Russian accent to top it all off. And he definitely makes it a point to like throw it back at Shane that like, oh, you were number 2. Okay. So this gym scene that happens that Kayla's talking about this is after the draft has already happened. Okay. Shane's already like kind of pissed off because he was number 2. Rada. This freaking Russian guy took my spot. It's like late at night after the draft. Both boys are like, can't sleep. Let's go to the gym. Which also, I've never used a hotel gym. I thought it was like crazy that they were like, yeah, it's 4 a.m. I'm going to the gym in the hotel.
I will say I've used it one time, and it was a school trip, and we were all in, well, they were all in track. I was just a track manager, but I still worked out with them. And so we were like, well, we should still get a workout in, even though we're on this like field trip. So at the hotel we were at, we literally did like a 30-minute workout or something and then went to the pool. So it's like, that's the only time. I've never used one ever again.
No, I've never. But
a hotel gym,
kind of like inspired
not a regular
me to.
gym.
No,
just want to clarify.
Oh, we've been to a gym. We know what a gym
I've
is.
never used one ever again.
We have stepped foot in a gym. Just not a hotel gym. But yeah, it inspired me to go and use hotel gyms, maybe. So we'll see. Because if they're that nice, I doubt they are. I highly doubt they are. But that gym was like a cute, nice gym.
I feel like there's some good ones and some like really dingy ones where I'm like, I doubt half of your equipment works, but here we are.
So then they get down to the gym and Shane gets down there first and he's biking his little heart out on this little freaking whatever electric bike thing, headphones in, just grind it. And just from his peripheral, he sees who else? His number 1 rival, the guy who got picked first in the draft, our love, our favorite, Ilya Rozanov. And of course, they go back and forth about, I can run faster than you. No, I can run faster than you. Look, we're running so fast. Until eventually they both just jump off the the bike. And they go sit down and they start sharing some water. And for some reason, it just feels like the most like obscene thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And they're literally just sharing a water bottle.
But it's like the looks that are exchanged and like the touching of the hand as we're passing the water bottle back and forth.
The panting because I was just running so fast. Crazy. I do want to say, as a film major, Kayla,
okay,
how do you feel about the angles that were used in that scene? Specifically where they're like sharing water back and forth, because I'm not a film major. And the first shot where they're like slumping down on the wall, sitting down, looking at each other. And obviously they're like guys, and guys don't like sit with their legs crossed. Okay. So they're fully just like gym splayed out. I was like, why am I seeing so much crotch right now?
Yeah.
Like this is the most I've seen of this character at all. And I'm seeing so much crotch. So I thought it was a choice for sure.
No, I thought it was interesting, but I still feel like the angles provided like the tension that we're supposed to be seeing on screen anyways, and it kind of puts into perspective like how close they actually are to each other, because in reality they're probably like a foot and a half away.
Oh,
question mark.
1,000,000%.
Like they're not that
they
far.
could touch knees if they wanted to. They're so close to each other.
Yeah, their toes were basically touching. So that scene was crazy. And then going back to the time jumps, there was a lot of them. There's just, it just happens. It happens quite often. So the next note that I have here is when they were going to film that commercial.
Yes.
That cutie little commercial. What
cutie
I
little
wrote
first
down,
date commercial.
Yes. So Shane and Ilya, because they're like the top two, right? They wanted to do a little promo scene and film them, you know, running up to each other, just like whatever hockey promo, like how you see basketball players doing whatever.
It's like cool tip off or whatever. It's the same kind of whatever it is in hockey. Face off, that thing.
The hockey tip off. And they were trying to do that to show like, oh, this is going to be a heated game and blah, blah. But they kept doing it wrong. And then they started laughing and they couldn't do it with each other. And so then the crew was just like, okay, whatever, we got what we got for the day, like just call it. But what I thought was cutie is Ilya being like, yeah, so when did they tell you about this commercial? He's like, oh, like 2 days ago. And like, when did they tell you? He goes, they didn't, it was my idea.
Yes. Okay. And I'm so glad that you pointed this out, because this is one of my favorite points to like jump back. Everybody loves to say that Ilya is like just this asshole and he's not like romantic and he's like not. Here's the thing. Is he an asshole? Yes. Do I think he's just an asshole front for like a little sensitive, cutie little boy? I do. I absolutely do. And I think this is the best thing to prove it, because Ilya got this commercial opportunity. It was just supposed to be his. He was just going to go and make money and do whatever. And he went, how about you invite that cutie little boy who got second in the draft? Why doesn't he come? And then we can do it together. And yes, they kept messing up the takes, Kayla. But if you rewatch that back, who was actually messing them up? It wasn't Shane.
No.
It was not Shane.
It was Ilya. He kept giggling.
It was intentional. It was intentional. He was nervous. He was giggling. He was having a fun time.
Shane was locked in.
He was locked in. He was like, I'm trying to make my money. My momager's here. Like, she's going to yell at me. I got to go put my Reeboks back on. Like, no.
No, literally. She was strict about that.
1,000,000%. So no, it was absolutely Ilya being like, I want to spend more time with him. I want this shoot to go longer. I'm going to keep giggling and messing this up. Ha 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 ha. And then yes, to top it all off, at the end when they're like, you know, chit-chatting post shooting, he has to throw it back in his face to let him know, like, I'm into you. But he can't say I'm into you, because they have to be all coy and I don't know if you're into me. So just, it was my idea. Okay.
Dissect that however you want, but
just letting you know, it was my idea. I told them to invite you, actually. You're welcome.
Right. And I think it was, I can't remember what scene exactly it was, but I only had, because I think I was trying to keep my notes at a minimum, so I'm probably jumping kind of far here. But the first question I had, which it gets answered, but I was like, is Shane closeted? ... Question mark? Because there was all this stuff and I was like, it was giving, I haven't done this before. I'm not public about this. I'm just like, I'm curious about it. I'm pretty sure I know what I am, but I'm new to all of this. And I think it was the shower scene. I think it was a shower scene where I was like, or maybe like right before then, where I was like, he seems like he enjoys this, but he seems like, what the hell are you doing?
Yes. Okay. And I'm going to throw it back to the commercial one last time before we jump to the fantastic shower scene, Kayla. Because if you remember, they're like little face-off practicing shot, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Before they start doing that, it's like their first time filming it. Ilya looks at Shane and what does he say? He looks at Shane all through tip brows and he goes, you look pretty.
Oh, yes. Yes, you're right. You're right.
And Shane getting all nervous, being like, some guy just told me I'm pretty. He goes, you're wearing makeup too.
Yeah, no, because you're wearing makeup too.
You're wearing makeup too. And Ilya goes, yeah, but I don't look pretty. So it's clearly giving flirtatious, okay? Even before the shower scene, it's very clear, like, you look pretty. It was my idea to bring you here. We're giggling. Okay.
The seed has been planted.
Literally. So yes, the shower scene. I wrote in all caps. I said, we are 14 minutes in. Mind you guys, everything Kayla and I just talked about.
Yeah, you're
first
right.
14 minutes of the episode.
Yeah,
okay,
they're moving quick.
The episodes are 45 minutes long. That was the first 14 minutes. So I said, 14 minutes in, we are now double cheeked up on the screen. Just
fully.
Full butt cheeks. Both boys, full butt cheeks on my screen, 14 minutes in. That's what kind of show this is, audience.
Yeah. So. And also, the other thought that I had now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, why is it so common? And I don't know, like, I feel like maybe also gyms or whatever do this too. Why is it so common, especially for like men bathrooms, that like the showers are just like out there? Like there's barely anything truly blocking them. I'm like, yeah, where's the privacy?
It's team locker room shower. Yes, it's just like,
yes. Well, I'm like, what? Because
stare I was at my butt cheeks, everyone.
Exactly. And I was thinking about Glee, and in Glee they have the football team, and in one of the scenes, I think Finn is trying to talk to Sam about something, and the only thing that's really covering them are these like waist height, like little walls that are in between them. But
walls.
Yes. But other than that, everything's out in the open. But even if you pass them, you're like, oh, cute butt. Like
literally.
Huh?
I don't know what it's a carryover from. Like, I have no idea. Like,
I don't either.
Oh, we're a team. This is a brotherhood and it's family. And I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe it's an efficiency thing. Like, we don't have time for shower curtains.
Even in Teen Wolf, the men's locker room, just open. It's just shower heads.
Yeah.
There's nothing dividing them, anything.
No,
it's literally
right.
just an open shower.
Which is so interesting because I at least feel like most days, like, it's more of the men who are like, dude, don't look at me naked. Like, girls change in front of other girls all the time.
Yeah,
the boys are like,
matter.
Don't look at me, pull up my pants.
Exactly. I'm like, but when it comes to showering,
so interesting. I don't know.
All that's out the window.
I don't know. Okay, so the boys are in the shower. They're like not right next to each other. Like somebody could have come and like showered in between them. Like there's like a good distance, you know, but they're both individual shower head.
Yeah.
I had to write down because I want to know if you caught it. I think one thing that these actors do so well, I want to call out, these actors have not been in anything else before. Not anything else like noteworthy. They're brand new actors plucked off streets and like tiny B-list baby productions. Like they're not from, like this isn't Timothy Chalamet. You know what I mean? They're like brand new characters, whatever. And I think that they are so good already at just like, I don't know what the word is, but it's like micro acting and adding like little tiny things to their characters. So I'm like, oh no, I can really tell your personality, and it's not because you're saying something differently. It's just because of the way your character is carrying themselves that I think is done so well. And in this scene, okay, I was laughing rewatching it because I don't think I caught it the first time, but they're there and they clearly like look over at each other, like acknowledging like somebody else is now in the shower with me. Okay, they don't like check each other out, but they just like glance over, and then freaking Ilya just like fully starts confidently like washing his ass crack. Like he's just like, I'm in the shower, scrubbing my armpit, scrubbing my ass, scrubbing my whatever. And Shane, like little baby Shane, is just like, I'm gonna wash my shoulder now.
No, literally.
I'm
he's
gonna
like,
wash
what?
the back of my neck. I'm gonna hide my nipples from you. Like he's so shy.
No, literally. But he's also like, can I look? I'm not gonna look. I'm gonna look. I'm not gonna look.
Where do I look? Can I look this way? Can I look up? I don't know. He's looking at me. Is he not looking at me? And I just think it's hilarious. The contrast of Ilya just being like, yep, I'm naked. And Shane's like, don't look at me. I'm
like,
shy.
let me cover myself. Yeah.
Literally. So yes, he was like unsure. And you clearly get the vibe right off the bat. Ilya is like not shy about sex at all. Like the most confident, like you're naked. I'm going to look at you naked until you tell me not to look at you naked.
Yep.
So then they have themselves like a nice little moment in the shower. I won't spoil all of the fun for you guys, but it's not PG-13. Okay. Nice little moment in the shower. They leave the shower and Shane immediately retreats. Immediately, it's like, you don't have to, we don't got to talk about that. That was nothing. We don't have to. Yeah. It didn't happen. It didn't happen if you didn't want it to happen. And I didn't see anything. I didn't say anything. And he gets all shy. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I just think it's hilarious that he immediately jumps in like the, well, I don't know. Backtracks. And then is so quick. Anytime any other thing is offered, just be like, yes, please. Yes, please. No. Sure. Yes. So quickly to jump on everything else.
And so then shortly after that part, then we get that quick little invite that's like, well, I don't know if you do want to see me. This is my room number and this is where I'm staying. So you get the gist of what's going on. It was like a quick, I mean, obviously first episode at that point, we're kind of at the halfway mark, but it was like so much happened within the first half of the episode. So now we have, you know, them planning this meetup and that happening. And that's when we get confirmation that Shane is definitely like
interested.
He's interested, but he's also new to this. He's closeted. Never done anything like this before. And he
1,000,000%, because even before the like invitation conversation happens, okay, they're leaving the shower and he goes, not here.
Yeah.
Like not here. Not dude, stop looking at me.
Yeah,
not whatever.
But like
just
not here.
Not here. This is spooky. Not here. Says not here. Goes back immediately. It's like, that didn't have to. We don't have to. That was nothing. And I don't know, dude. That was crazy. Whatever. And then I love their back and forth exchange, okay? Of like, where are you staying? I'm staying here. Mm-hmm. Well, what if I knock?
Yep.
Well, I might open the door. Well, then I might knock. And that's all we get. And it's like,
and that's all it is.
Boys, please.
And that's all there is to it.
Calling out. Rapid fire. Shane, waiting for Ilya to show up, he puts on a suit. He fully is so nervous.
Yeah.
He puts on a whole ass prom.
He was like,
first.
what do I wear? Like, what do I wear? And he realized how ridiculous it was after, but he was scared.
So crazy.
Shy.
Another call out. Rosenoff, on his way up to go find Shane to do all types of nefarious things, bumps into Shane's mom first.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, just I know we're rivals because I beat your son in the draft. I'm just on my way to defile him. Don't mind me. Like,
yeah, don't mind me. No, insane. I'm totally not meeting up with him.
Insane. Ilya comes into the room because he knocked. Shane said I might open the door. The door was open. Ilya's in there. There's a lot of tension about like, well, what now? Shane's trying to be coy. Like, should we talk first? Ilya clearly not the type to talk.
No,
right?
Time
just
to
get straight
waste.
down to business. Okay. They're kissing in the room. I thought it was comical for Shane being so shy, so coy. How fast he just dropped to his knees. Said, I'm so nervous. I've never done this. Baby boy, you flew. You flew to the floor.
Yep. He became really confident after that.
Flew to the floor. Was so like excited. And then Rosenoff is the one who's like being cautious. Like, are you good? Is this new? Have you done like king of consent, checking in every single minute. Like, are you good? Are you good? And again, the angles, crazy. That whole scene. I don't know how they filmed that and like what type of intimacy coordinator they had to have. But I was like, the fact that this isn't a porno right now was insane.
I know.
It was like 3 shakes shy of just full frontal.
Yes, I know.
Impressed.
They were very careful with that.
Yeah. During their first time together, I thought it was kind of crazy that Ilya just like shoved Shane off. I was like, wow, how respectful, how kind. Shoving you off before I make a mess everywhere. Crazy.
Yes.
I thought it was crazy because that whole thing happens where Shane is clearly going to work, we'll say. Okay. Ilya gets what he came for. And literally. And then he's like, oh, you need something now? After making Shane literally feel like a whore. It's just like, oh, you need something now? Also, shy, tiny baby Shane is having to like, no, it's fine. I mean, I get whatever. Right. Okay. Clearly, our man Ilya is not going to leave him like that. Goes and helps him out. Okay. But I need someone to weigh in. Okay. And I'm going to talk a little not PG-13 right now. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I was so... And I asked the other straight women in the room who are watching this with me, and they called out the exact same thing, okay? In this scene, Ilya is fully going down on Shane, okay? His hand is like grabbing that dude's boob.
Yes.
Is that a thing? Because I was like, what are we doing? Like,
no, I was like, what are we holding on to?
Is this supposed to be common knowledge? Because I've never, like, I'm looking around the room, like, is anybody else doing that? No? Cool. Didn't know. Is that a thing? Like, should that be added to the toolkit? Because I did not realize that.
She's like, let me take a poll real quick.
Who's done that? Anyone? I was very so confused. Funny. So I would like anybody listening, if you know me personally, to text me if you have experience, and just let a girl know, like, yes, that does happen when two men are assisting each other in that way. Or maybe, like, I don't know if that happens with straight dudes, but like that just never once crossed my mind. And these guys are built, okay? They're like, and I say boob, not trying to say peck, because it's more than a peck. Like, these guys are built like, no, you have an A cup, muscle. You have a boob. Like, anyway, I thought that was crazy. Anyway, that was their first time together. Then, yes, there's a whole post afterwards with what is YouTube with his dad. I thought that was funny because his mom is fully looking at Shane going, man, fuck that guy Ilya, right? God, I hate him. Fuck him. Just fuck him. And Shane's like, I already did.
No, literally, he's like all giggly, like, oh my God. That part was so funny to me. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, do you know, girl.
It was so good. As he's just like giggling cutesy at the table. And then there's a press conference, okay, where it's Shane and Ilya both being, I don't say attacked by reporters, but being interviewed by reporters, asked all these questions. Bombarded, great word. And Ilya gets thrown a question that he clearly doesn't know how to answer. And Shane, without hesitating, just like jumps in and is like, well, I don't want to speak for him, but I think we both feel fully saves him from this like media fiasco. And then they're playing like footsies under the table, like bumping pinky toes. It's like,
That's cute.
Cute.
I don't remember when this part happened, because maybe you can remind me.
No, yeah.
The phone call with Ilya and his brother.
Oh.
I don't know when that happens, but I have a note for that.
No, talk about that, because I don't.
Okay. I think I've gotten more context in the maybe second. Actually, no, this one. Okay, no. It was this one. Because correct me if I'm wrong. Was it this episode where Shane was like, well, have you done this before? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, my coach's son.
Yes.
Did he tell? Okay, that was
yes, he did.
Okay. So one of the scenes, Ilya gets a call from his dad. His dad keeps calling him whatever, and it was New Year's, and his dad kept calling him, and he was like, oh, okay, I don't know why he's calling me. So then his brother calls him, and it's all in Russian, by the way. So when you watch, like, you need to read the subtitles, because you're not, unless you speak Russian. I didn't understand what they were saying, so I needed to read and listen. And so his brother is like, why aren't you answering the phone? Why aren't you answering dad? Also, I need money. And he's like, I can't, like, I just sent you what happened to the money. And he was like, I used it. And then the second time he asked, he was like, well, how much? And he said, $20,000. And he was like, 20,000? He's like, well, I can't do that right now. And so my thought was, because I thought that was crazy, I asked myself if he's blackmailing him and knows that Ilya is gay, because I don't understand why he's asking for all that money. Granted, I haven't seen episodes 4, 5, and 6, so maybe they explain something there. I don't know. But I was like, I don't know. Maybe the fact that he's like funding his brother's life and sending thousands and thousands of dollars that he's earned, like US money that he's earned, it was just crazy to me. And I was like, maybe he found out, because Ilya's not really out either. So neither of them are. And I'm just thinking that, you know what, maybe his brother knows something, and that's why he's blackmailing him with, send me money, or I'm going to tell dad, I'm going to tell everyone, I'm going to ruin your career. So that was a big thought for me. And it's still like a question that I have as I watch it. Because I'm just very, very curious on what the importance of that scene was. And he's asked for, I think, money again at another time, but that was like big for me.
Yeah, no, I do think you're right. I do think that is still within like first or maybe the second episode. But honestly, I do still think it's the first, because the end of the first episode ends when they're in Vegas at the awards. And I'm pretty sure that phone call happens before the awards. My only call out for awards is like, yeah, you can tell in that moment that Ilya like has a shit ton on his mind. He like, this wasn't the first time he lost to Shane after the draft, but you can definitely like within the course of the first episode and all the time jumps start to see that like, you know, Ilya started off as I'm number one draft pick, and slowly Shane starts rising as this like newcomer, beat Ilya in a couple games, you know, beat Ilya for this like rookie
has
of
a
the
higher
whatever
score
award
goal or whatever.
Exactly. So you can definitely tell that like Ilya does have some stuff going on, is definitely feeling pressure in a different way. And yeah, his family is fucked up. I think like from like the first interaction that you see anything about his family is fucked up. So
Yeah, agreed. And also the ending of that episode made me want to continue watching it. I was locked in. I was like, I need to know what happens next.
No, 1,000,000%, because it's the first time we see them like, I want to say in like actual conflict. We see them in a lot of like competitive conflict, like on the ice or like trash talk and press stuff or
and now
whatever.
there's like a problem.
No, it's a full problem. This is a personal problem. Like I'm treating you differently as a person because like I have shit going on. It's not just because you're on a rival team. So
what I will say, the last note that I'll give for episode 1 is it kind of made me upset. So Ilya, I think Shane asked like, what's on your mind? Whatever. Ilya's like, well, I'm going home. Now that like the season's over and stuff, like I'm going home. And he was like, oh, well, like, you know, you get to see your family. And he was saying like, I think that it'll be good or whatever. And he was like, it's not always like that. And something along the lines of that. But what I really hated is that Shane didn't even bother to ask more questions after that. Like it bothered me so much. I was like, why would you not ask and be like, oh, how come? Or, well, what's wrong with what's going on in Russia? Like that made me so upset. And I'm just like, you could have had a real conversation.
But could they, Kayla? Let's look at we're having
That's true.
Shy, scared out of his mind because he doesn't know how to be excited about this person because he doesn't even know what's happening.
Yeah.
Boy trying to talk to essentially like an emotionally unavailable, very sexually confident person. And he
probably would be like, it's not your business. Don't ask me.
1,000,000%. Like he would have got snapped at. He would have whatever. So like I get why Shane wasn't like, well, tell me more, because are you kidding me? Like, no, he just would have got cursed out in Russian.
I know. But I wanted him to ask. I wanted him to ask. Mainly because I wanted to know.
No, literally. So then episode 1 ends with this big fight. There's no resolution. You can tell Ilya feels a little bit remorseful because as Shane's walking away, he's like, oh, Hollander, like, but they don't talk. Okay, we don't get like a, I'm sorry. No, there's no kiss and makeup. It's just ends.
Yep.
And then we time jump at the start of the second episode. I don't even know how much time, but of course, another time jump. Yay.
It started in 2008, and the first time jump we saw was 2011.
There you go. So it's been long freaking time.
Yes.
And it starts with this like montage of them training for upcoming seasons, doing whatever.
Yeah.
And I think it's
like them texting. Yeah.
He texts Shane first, I'm pretty sure, because it's something along the lines of like, are you still mad at me because of Vegas? So they do kind of pick up where they left off in terms of like, they're not trying to just blow past it, even though it's been literally so many years.
Yeah, forever.
But again, we don't really get like it's just kind of like a time healed whatever that was. There's no like, I'm so sorry for being a dick in Vegas. It's just like, you still mad at me? Or are you over that yet?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they move on.
Yeah. And there was like multiple texts sent in between that and like in this little montage. I will say though, it was like a cute little montage of all the like flirty texts they were saying. Yeah. But the point that I made on here was obviously this is from a book, but all those texts were so book coded.
Yeah.
Like all that, like that's exactly what you would see in like a romance book, where it's like these very thought out, like very flirty, like it's a script essentially.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, you totally would read this in the book, which because it is a book, but like,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying.
No, 1,000,000%. It's definitely not just like casual, like, how was your day? It's very intentional, very crafted, like, I'm trying to be smooth. I'm trying to flirt with this very particular line. So no, 100%, you could tell that it was from a book. And I also think it just kind of shows that, like, it wasn't just this casual thing. It was this almost like a fantasy fictitious thing for them of like, I don't know, I want to see this person again. Should I just text you sometimes and be flirty and like tease you and whatever? Which I thought was pretty
and
cute.
And then in one of the scenes, Shane gets a picture.
Wait, I don't remember this.
He gets a picture,
Which picture?
of something very private. And he was like, what about this? And then immediately puts his phone down. And I was cracking up at that. I was like, me literally at 12 when I was on Kick. Like, not unsolicited BT dubs, but I was like, that's exactly how that went. But it was, he like looked at his phone, immediately slammed it down because he was sharing a hotel room response. And he had his teammate next to him, and he was like looking around the room, like, did anyone see that?
Yeah. Okay. And to anyone who hasn't seen the show, this whole time that they're texting, they're not texting as like, I am Ilya, I am Shane. They have fake names for each other that are both girls' names.
It was
and this
Lily?
exchange, yes.
Yeah, Lily and
Jane for Shane.
Oh my gosh, maybe that's where I got the name from my story time.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask, but I didn't want to assume.
No, because I don't know that name was just in my head, and I was like, we're just gonna say Jane, and I'm like, that's probably where I got it from.
No, that's 1,000,000%. So they like switched numbers after the second time in episode 1, where they like flew around a little bit. And I also just loved how Rosenoff was like, give me your phone. It's fine. What? Yeah. You are homeless. You don't have house. I can't come over. I can't whatever. Give me your phone. It's okay. Stop having panic attack. It is just planned to fuck. Like, give me your cell phone.
It's like nothing crazy.
It's nothing at all, dude. Give me your phone. And Shane's like, okay, here's my phone. And then then you jump forward to him getting, you know, some spicy pictures and him just panicking, hiding his phone, like, I don't know what's going on. And I think it's just hilarious that the whole time, like, because you guys have all seen, like, when you have a friend who's like into somebody and they're like super excited and whatever about it, and they're texting back and forth, like, you know that, like, I know who you're texting. Like, you don't even have to tell me who you're texting. Like, I've seen, like, anytime this one name pops up on your phone, you start acting like that. Like, I get that there's a vibe going on. So I think that his teammate at that time had already kind of picked up, like, Shane's into somebody, Shane's texting somebody, and whatever. So I think the whole, like, I gotta hide my phone really quick was so funny. Because you know that if it was, like, reversed and he got, like, if it was two straight dudes, okay, and he got a picture of, like, boobs on his phone, it wouldn't have been like, oh, I gotta hide my phone. So I thought it was funny. Like, dude, just be cool. Just pretend like it's something. It's fine. Calm down.
Yeah. No, that part was so funny. I'm like, way to be casual about that.
So Ilya's like coming out the back alley over to Shane's house. No, literally. Like, can't be seen coming over, right? And I thought it was so funny that Shane pops up in the door and Ilya's like, you will murder me? Like, why are we spooky staircase?
Before we continue talking about that, I just want to mention that we are now in 2013. We had another time jump because I wrote that down. I'm like, this is important information.
This is the slowest burn ever for these two. So we are
now 5 years deep. Okay, but you can continue.
From the first time they like met. Yeah. Yeah. You will murder me is the first line that we get from Ilya as he sees Shane, which I think is so funny. And then there's a whole thing with them like on the stairs, like being competitive, running up the stairs, like cutesy little girls.
I thought that part was so cute. I wrote it down and I said them running up the stairs was so cutie to me. Like, I thought it was so cute.
Yeah. No, it absolutely is because it's like, I haven't seen you in so long, and like, we're gonna go have fun, and like, I'm seeing your house, and la la la
Like,
la.
ooh, I'm gonna get there first. Hee hee.
It was very cute. And other people have called out too that once you start watching interviews with Hudson and Connor, which are like the actors, you can just tell like their personalities are very different from the characters that they play. Like, if anything, people say that it's flips. Like, Hudson has more of a Ilya personality, and Connor's more of like, don't say that. Oh my God, that Shane's character is. So people are saying like in that scene of them running up the stairs, like, that's not Shane and Ilya. That's fully Hudson and Connor. Look at them just like being goofs running up the stairs. But I do think it's really cute and like adds a layer of like, aw, you like each other to the show. I did call out again, our king of consent, the entire time they're hooking up this time is just constantly throwing out, is this okay? Is this still okay? Are you okay? Which just, love him. Love him. Thank you.
No, it's cute.
And then I wrote that after this time they hook up, this is the first time we see them like stick around to like cuddle.
Yes, you're right. And I think that's why I put this, I said, please be boyfriends already.
Yes, because this is the first time we see them like, okay, I'm not just in some random hotel. Like, I can like get comfy and like cuddle a little bit. But I thought, I started cracking up because Shane, okay, the writer has said, I did not write Shane Hollander as a like non-neurotypical character. That was not her intention. But a lot of some of his mannerisms, and especially the way Hudson has kind of taken the liberty to play them, it gives like, okay, dude, like that's okay. Way to say that. Way to whatever. Like, it's giving neurospicy a little bit in like a very cute way. Okay, but they just finished hooking up. They're like sitting there cuddling. Okay, they're like coming out of the fog of war, if you will. And Shane looks at Ilya, and the first thing he says, Kayla, is, "Now the bed's all dirty."
I do remember that.
Yes, Hollander, we know. We know the bed's dirty. We get it. Couldn't think of anything else to say?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm like,
now the bed's all dirty.
I can't remember. I was like, did one of them, I feel like someone was like, do you even know how to like talk or something? Like, I can't remember what it was. Like, I feel like there was something along the lines of that. I was like, do you even know how to talk? Or like, do I have to do it all? Like,
Ilya's always like jabbing Shane a little bit.
Yes.
Of like, ugh, why are you like this? Just be normal. It's fine. Calm down.
I was trying to remember how old they were, and I was questioning why his dad was always mad at him. And if he was his manager too. Because
Ilya's, you mean?
Oh yeah, Ilya, sorry. Yeah, because his dad is like always mad at him or something. And I'm also like, does his dad have like dementia or something like that? Because I don't know, because the scene where they were together, and I don't know how far I'm jumping ahead because I didn't have too many notes for episode 2, but I don't know how far ahead this was, but the scene where Ilya is now back in Russia, he's with his dad, and we see his dad for the first time, and his dad's like, who did your tie? Your mom doesn't know how to do to him, whatever. And he's like, so mom's been dead for a couple years now? And he goes, oh, yeah. Right. And I was like,
it's like, I met your stepmom. He's like,
I was like, what's
and she's where again?
Yeah.
Not here.
Like, what did he say? Right. Moscow or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, there's something going on there.
No, you're picking up exactly what I think they're wanting you to pick up at that point in time. So what you're talking about is we jump to like after they go to Shane's in Montreal, I think, then we jump to like winter 2014. And now we're in Russia. So like both teams are playing in Russia for whatever's going on.
Yes.
So this is the first time we get to see what Rosanov is like when he is home in Russia, just like trying to fulfill the aspects of his career, be around his family. Yeah, that whole scene is his dad being like, the prime minister is here to meet you because you're like the main celebrity of sports in Russia right now, whatever. And then there is like okay, we can tell this guy's old, his memory is clearly having some issues. And I just wrote that like this is the first time that you see him have just like so much truly on his shoulders. Like you got that there was like pressure and weirdness and expectation before, just from like being naturally competitive and wanting to do well. But this is the first time you're seeing like, oh no, there's like definitely family stuff going on top of what we just saw from his brother. Yeah. I wrote that in that conversation before his dad, like his mind slips a little bit, the comment that gets thrown out is, you're always looking for someone else to blame. Because the last game that Rosenoff played, he lost to Hollander. Or he lost to somebody. Okay?
Yeah.
And his dad's like, oh no, he lost to like Latvia, like the other team they're playing. Whatever. It wasn't Shane. But they lost. Okay? And it's the Olympics, I think. I don't know. There's something going on where they're playing other teams.
I think you're
it's
right.
a whole international thing. There's also ice skating going on.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, well, it's being held in Russia. And so he was like, well, I'm going to be at home. Like, this is really important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he just gets the comment of like, you're always looking for someone else to blame. Like, you lost. You're not taking responsibility. You're saying it's because your goalie was injured. It's on you. Oh, and by the way, let me just like subconsciously remind you that your mom's dead.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The guy can get no slack. Okay, great. Yeah, then has to go to like this giant party with like all these people. He's like very clearly out of it. Gets saved by Svetlana, who we like get to like truly see interact like for a while the first time.
Yes, who introduces us to a very special character. Which I already made that guess because I wrote it down before. Okay. And I said, is Sasha, and we know that Sasha is a Russian name, but it's a male name. So Sasha's a boy.
Yes.
But I put, is Sasha the coach's son? The coach's son.
I'm going to blow your mind. Are you ready? Go ahead. What's your note?
I just said, it is! Exclamation point, exclamation point.
Yes. Blowing your mind one point further. Sasha and Svetlana are like siblings.
I would have never guessed.
No, like, it's very clear, like, her dad is, like, the coach with, like, how much she knows about hockey.
I literally did not make that connection.
So the scene that you're watching where Ilya is, like, zoned out, like...
Yes, with the four of them. Yeah.
It's the coach talking.
Yeah.
And his dad talking. Okay? And Svetlana jumps in and it's like, he needs another drink or whatever. And the two of them are like, since they were kids. Oh, man, these two.
Always leading him around.
Yeah, always whatever. Okay? So they're definitely like, if they're not siblings, they're related. Okay? They're definitely like, oh, we get the vibe that she knows hockey because of this family. Right? Because she's a part of this family. So yeah, but Sasha, yes, is 100% the coach's kid. So Sasha is like the first person he like hooked up with who was a dude.
Yeah, this is the coach's son that he told Shane about in the other episode. I can't remember where this was, but I wanted to also note that something that happened in that episode, Shane was with two of his other teammates, and I think one of the teammates like picked up that like maybe he might be gay, if I'm reading into it, but they're at a coffee shop and two of his teammates came and was like, oh, is that Shane? Oh, it is. And they come in, they sit down with him, saying some stuff. And he's like, oh, hey, oh yeah, this is way earlier. And he's like, Shane's like, oh, my buddy, he's performing. I want to go support him. And he was doing like figure skating. And the one friend was like, oh, that's brave. That's really brave, right? And he's like, what? And he goes, for a man to be doing that? I mean, I'm sure he's really great, but for a man, like, oh, you got to have balls to do that because it's not something that usually a straight person does. And so he starts talking about how like somebody... There was some that he's mentioned somebody, but he's like, oh yeah, it might seem like I think it was the friend he was talking about. He's like, it seems like your buddy might be gay. And the other teammate that was there was like side-eyeing him and like not saying anything. Cause I feel like he has an inkling about Shane. Yeah. And I can't remember what teammate it was because I can't remember their faces.
I got you. Are you ready? So the two people who are talking, it's actually, they're not on Shane's team. They're on the American team. So Shane plays for Montreal, which is a Canadian team. The two people who walked in play for the American team, and it's Scott Hunter.
Okay.
Who gives Shane the side eye about like,
yes.
And then it's one of Scott Hunter's teammates. Okay, but they're both American. And the conversation that they're having about like, oh, that's brave is not just for like a man to be in figure skating. It's for a man to be openly figure skating in Russia.
So right, because they were saying Russia wasn't safe for people like that. And that's like how it connects. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the bigger thing. So Shane is so focused on like, this is the first time Shane has ever considered like, oh, maybe Ilya doesn't like coming home because maybe he doesn't feel safe here. Like his little Canadian brain is like, oh, somebody could feel crazy. Like it doesn't even pick up on it. So Shane is so locked in to like, oh my gosh, my hopefully soon to be wannabe boyfriend like might not be safe in his home country. Crazy. As yes, Scott Hunter is looking over at Shane like, yeah, your body might be looking for any kind of confirmation, any kind of whatever, which is that scene is so important because that scene is where we start off for episode 3.
Yes. Yeah. That sets us up for episode 3. And episode 3, I just watched it. I didn't write any notes down.
That's
so
okay.
I'm like, I'm
Let's
ready to
just
just like, yeah,
do it
to
off the
talk
cuff.
about it. Yes.
I love episode 3, Kayla.
I was just about to say that verbatim. I was about to say, I love episode 3. I really do because it seemed a lot. I mean, okay. Obviously, if you haven't watched it, episode 3, we are taken to a different POV. Okay, so we are not talking about Shane and Ilya during this episode. We're talking about Scott and Kip. And so we have like a new character introduced, and now we are looking at Scott's life. And it starts with him going into this juice bar, smoothie bar, whatever. He's wearing a shirt that's like completely soaked, abs peeking through per usual, whatever.
Glistening with the sweat.
Yes, the whole thing, muscle showing. And the like barista, I guess you could say, is like kind of taking a quick glance, and he's like, oh, like, how can I help you? And they're having this conversation like, oh, what's good? What do you prefer? Blah, blah. And he's like, oh, I like this one, but with like banana in it. And he's like, you know what? I'll do that. And so they're just like talking normal, and then he pays and leaves him like a huge tip, and he's like, oh, like, you don't have to do that. And he's like, no. He's like, yeah, I'll see you next time. And it's like, there was a vibe there.
There was definitely a vibe.
There was obviously a vibe. Yes, girl. And him and his friend are kind of like, or like he's talking to his friend like, no. There's nothing there. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, Scott comes back. And he's like, I would love to get that smoothie again. This time they're kind of chit-chatting it up a little bit more, but now it's like kind of obvious that there's like some flirtation going on. Also, like, I came back, you're working, lovely. And he does it again because there's 3 times I think in total before anything happens, if I'm not mistaken.
There are. And I'm going to say, I think it's really important to note that in these interactions, for at least for the first one, maybe for the first 2, Kip has no idea. This barista has no idea who this guy is.
He doesn't know who Scott Hunter is.
Punky dude coming in. He doesn't realize he's like big time American hockey player. Like, no, Kip doesn't watch
the second
sports.
one. The second visit, another customer comes in and he's like, yo, was that just Scott Hunter? And he was like, huh? What? And he goes, Scott Hunter. And he goes, oh. So then he looks it up and starts like watching his game. And so the next time he comes in, he's like reading the magazine or newspaper, and he's like, oh yeah, like Scott Hunter, huh? He was like, yeah, apparently my dad loves you. Big fan, whatever. And he's like, yeah, I watched your game last night. Chatting it up again. He orders the same thing per usual. And you can definitely now at this point, like you're like, he's flirting. He's flirting.
The way that this man says extra banana is not, it's not platonic. Okay?
No, he's like, extra banana, please.
There's a vibe. But I do think it's important to call out that like Kip immediately thinking like, oh, this guy's big time hockey player. Kip is now like, I really don't think this guy is flirting with me. Like he's appears to be this like macho, straight American hockey player. Like he's not getting like, oh, this man's flirting with me. So then all of the other like extra banana. Oh no, I like the way you make the smoothies. Oh, I gotta come back because it helped my game. Kip's truly just like, can I say something? Can I flirt? I don't know what to do here.
And honestly, it really puts into perspective probably how scary it would be being like a gay man and trying to depict like are you also gay? Like,
Can I flirt with you?
Yeah, like, are we catching a vibe, or am I just really delusional right now? And like, no matter what, flirting is scary. Like, even just like a girl flirting with a guy and being like, wait, maybe he's into me, but I misread that. You have a girlfriend and you're just doing your job.
You're married. Got it. My bad.
I'm
Sorry.
so sorry. But it's like, I like watching it. I'm like, oh, that's so scary, because it's like you don't know.
Yeah.
And it's like, considering he's, you know, everyone presents themselves in a different way. Like, you wouldn't really be able to guess with Scott Hunter specifically. Like, like, I don't know. Could he be bi? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
No, he's definitely presenting as like a little bit straight. Like, definitely, like, you're not catching a flamboyant or any other kind of vibe from this man. He is a macho, manly, American lumberjack-esque looking man. Like,
yes. Yeah. Oh, and then it was the I think it might have been that third visit when he's like, yeah, I can't shave, and he was like, oh, at least all you guys look like hot lumberjacks by the end of November. And then he kind of like went silent, and no one said anything, and Kip was probably like, why did I say that? Why did I say that? Why did I say that?
Yeah.
And then he goes, do you want to come to my game tonight? And I was like, yes, I will come to your game. And he obviously goes to the game, sees him. He's like waving at him. The only, I mean, from there, it like goes fast. It goes really fast. But episode 3 is also such a sad episode. It's such a heartbreaking episode.
Yeah.
And it's a reality for a lot of people.
1,000,000%. And I think that, like, my friend, she called it a good point in watching this show, is that, like, the point of why I think, for the most part, this book was written is because, like, the NHL in general is just not open to this kind of stuff at all. Is like apparently there was even a thing that came out where, like, hockey players wanted to, like, wrap their sticks in pride tape for Pride Month, and it was not allowed. It was banned. So, like, fully, this is, like, just not a thing in this sport. Yeah. Like, it's very, we don't talk about this, we don't touch it, we don't do it, whatever. We're men. How could we possibly love each other? Who knows?
Even though we showered naked and can look at each other.
Next to each other, yeah.
No, literally. So macho of you.
No, 100%. So this episode does a really good job of, like, showing us just, like, the truth of that for a while, because we get the vibe with Illy and Shane. We understand they're keeping a secret. They're worried about their career. They're also rookies. Like, they have a lot to lose. Scott Hunter's not a rookie. No. Scott Hunter, seasoned vet. He's been in this a fat minute. Like, he's, you know, so him being nervous in general around Kip and him very clearly not being, like, out is a big deal. I did call it a couple of things with Kip's friends. And I think let's just talk about Kip as a character in general. I think it is so sweet. And this is the first time that we see in this show a character be openly out. Yeah. With family who is just like, I love you so much. Like, Kip's dad, Kayla, is the biggest cheerleader. It's just the biggest, like, I love you so much. You're going to do great things. Have the best day. No. Like, just full love for Kip, that I think is such a sweet thing. And even, like, Kip's friends throughout the entire episode are so kind. Like, they know his situation. They're, like, doing him favors. They're listening to him talk about this, like, probably straight man.
They're watching hockey that they haven't watched before. Yeah.
Yes. At a gay bar watching hockey. Because Kip's like, it's that one, do you think? And I laughed so hard because I missed it the first time. But Kip's friend goes, that one? I don't care, dude. Make him gay. I don't
that one is like, make him gay.
Fix it. Yeah. Jumping then to Kip being at Scott's game, watching him. Kip's friend is like, dude, wave back. Because Scott's, like, circling the ice three different
waving
times.
At him, and he's just looking, not doing anything. He's like, dude, like, wave at him, like, do something, because he's still kind of in denial. He's like, I don't know.
I don't think me.
Yeah, he's like, I don't really know if this. No. There's nothing going on. There's nothing going on. Yeah. So after that, he gets invited to go get what is it, pizza or something? I don't know.
Yeah, so Kip works an event. So he's like fully like being a waiter at this event. Scott is there at the event, just like being a celebrity.
As a guest, yeah.
Yeah, just attended. Kip is working. There's a cute moment where Kip like spills a whole bunch of shit down Scott's shirt, and it's like,
no,
whatever.
Literally. Not realizing that it's Scott, by the way.
Yeah, not at all. He just like
up.
turns the corner and it's like, I just spilled soup on my crush. Great, awesome.
Yeah.
And then yes, Scott like pulls him aside and is like, you wanna get dinner or something afterwards? You wanna like get a bite to eat? And he's like, with you? Me? With you? Us together. Yeah. Do you want to wait that long? Because I'm going to be here a while. And Scott's like, take as much time as I'll wait so long. We'll go so super late, right around the corner. So yes, they like pop out onto the street after Kip's shift. Kip's shift. God, I can't talk. Hard words. And they're walking, and across the street, they're looking into whatever. I think it is probably like a pizza place, like some Italian place.
I think so, yeah.
Mexican?
Oh.
I don't remember. Someone correct us.
Maybe it is Mexican because didn't he say something? He's like, do you eat Mexican food? And he was like, do blah, blah, blah. He like said something.
Yeah, there was like a joke about it. I think it might have been Mexican.
He was like, am I a serial killer?
Yes, because of the previous. Yes.
Good
callback, Kayla. Good job.
Yes. Yay.
They're going to get Mexican. They walk up. They see that the line is out the door, around the corner. And Kip immediately gives Scott like an out. He's like, we don't got to do this. We don't even have to. Is it worth it? I don't know. Da, 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 da. And in return, Scott Hunter says, you want to just come over to my house?
He goes, do you want to order in?
Okay.
Immediately nodding.
Yes, please. So excited.
So they go to his place. One thing led after another.
No. Not one thing left after another, okay? Kip fully is walking into this place, Kayla. Oh, yeah. The same way you and I would if we walked into any other celebrity rich guy's house. Like, oh my God. As Kip, put yourself in Kip's mind. Kip lives with his dad. Kip has no money. Right. Kip is working 3 random jobs as a smoothie barista, a night waiter. Like, Kip's got no money. Yeah. Okay? And then it's just like, wow, this celebrity with a nice-ass house. Wow, look at your view. It's like truly in awe of this guy's apartment.
Taking it all in.
Turns around, and Scott Hunter, shirtless.
Getting undressed.
Immediately shirtless. And Scott Hunter looks at him and goes, you, want a house tour, like now or later? And
he goes, I'll go with or.
Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah. You want a house tour or I pick or. Yeah. Yep. I pick or.
It's so funny. And then again, now we're at the point where one thing led after another. Very steamy. Very steamy.
Very steamy.
And you can tell like very quickly, like these two are just they clicked. Like there's something there. And so he's telling him, after all of this, Kip is like, well, you got practice and games. Like, I'll go. Like, I'm immediately getting dressed after all this, by the way. And he goes, what are you doing? And he goes, oh, you're busy, whatever. And he goes, well, like, what if you stay? Like, why don't you stay? And he was like, okay. So he stays. And then the next morning wakes up and Scott's like, wait, what is going on? Walks into his kitchen. Lo and behold,
Abby,
girl, come on now.
Somebody's like yelling outside, and I want to go get the tea because it sounds like they're angry. So she's barking, I think, because she hears the yelling. Abby, it's okay. We're good.
All that's going on. Kip is in the kitchen making his smoothie, and he was like, well, I figured since I'm not working today, like, kind of like, I don't want to break your routine. Like, I wanted to make it for you. I was snooping, but like not that kind of snooping. And you just had everything in your fridge and I wanted to make it. And they were being so cutesy. And Scott's like, go ahead.
Scott's first words to this man who's making him a smoothie in his kitchen is, can I fuck you?
Right.
Just fully says nothing about, oh, thank you. It's so awesome.
Yeah,
it's just so in awe of like this boy that I brought back to my house. He hooked up with me and then we stayed the night and now he's making me a smoothie. I want to do him again. Like it's just so excited.
Yes.
So
very
excited.
Straightforward.
And I want to say, I think it is wild. I didn't look up how tall these actors are, Kayla. Scott makes Kip look tiny. Like a little tiny. This guy's not tiny. This guy's like gotta at least be like 5'11".
Yeah.
And Scott Hunter makes him look like he's 4'2". That lift in the kitchen?
I know.
Tiny.
Loved it though. I was like, I will say I did really enjoy episode 3 just because it felt a lot more like giddy.
Yes. I wrote down that this is, I think, the reason why they interrupted Shane and Ilya's storyline where they did. Because remember, we didn't even talk about it. The last steamy scene that we got from Shane and Ilya was Ilya being, let's just call it like a complete asshole and making Shane literally feel like a whore. Literally feel like a booty call.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're right.
We completely forgot. But I think that Kip and Scott's episode here is so important is because we get that really good contrast of what healthy and unhealthy situationship looks like. Because Shane and Ilya's previous scene, guys, sorry we didn't talk about it before. Shane is literally called over to wherever the fuck Ilya's staying, some penthouse, whatever, is basically told what to do the whole time as Ilya's just like doming it up in a chair. Yeah. Okay. Telling him what to do, bullying him the whole time. Bullying is in the way of, he's like, do you want me? The line where Ilya looks at Shane as Shane is performing for Ilya, we'll say. And he goes, do you want me to tell you how it feels? And Shane is like, what do you mean? He goes, holding the cup. Because Ilya had just won.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So literally in Shane's like, I'm being so vulnerable right now. I'm like literally putting on a performance for you because I'm so into you and so interested that I'm making myself like a little bit uncomfortable to do this for you for the first time. And you're bullying me that you won and I didn't. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay. One other thing, because we didn't talk about Ilya winning. When Ilya won and he holds up the cup and he's like chanting in Russian. Do you know what he's saying?
No.
He's chanting in Russian. He looks at the camera and Ilya's so giddy. And Ilya, what he's saying is, it's for you, mama.
Aww.
Which is just, I think, again, going to the point of like, Ilya's an ass. Ilya is a level 10 asshole. But he's just a sweetie boy who's like, mom died. It's like, this is for you.
Yeah, I know. And when Shane was watching him, he got teary-eyed, which I thought was really cute. Now that I'm remembering, I remember they were watching and they were like, oh, well, you know, blah, blah, blah. And they like move away and they go like, the friends go somewhere else.
Cool.
Yeah, and then he's just like watching there like in admiration and he was like, proud of him. I thought that was so sweet.
Exactly. So Shane, clearly we're getting like, no, I really like you and I'm really interested in you.
Yeah, like romantic feelings.
Romantic feelings. Goes and has this like, I'm vulnerable, I'm performing for you because you told me to, whatever kind of way. They have whatever kind of interaction that is. Shane is leaving Ilya's, okay? And Ilya doesn't even get up to walk into the door.
No.
Ilya's like, bye, Hollander. Goodbye. Leave. And Shane is in the elevator. And then we get the heartbreaking text from Shane that never got sent to Ilya, which is, we didn't even kiss.
Yes.
So we go from, we didn't even kiss, slow backspace, don't send, and then just plunged into Scott and Kip's storyline.
Yes.
Which is showing us like healthy back and forth, mutual, let's try to make this a thing. I'm flirting with you. You're flirting with me. To Kip being cutie boy, making Scott a smoothie. They hook up again. And then Scott just completely over communicates everything on his heart, everything in his mind. He goes, people tell me I'm too intense. So can I be too intense? Doesn't even just like start spewing. Looks at him and is like, can I be too intense? Can I tell you how I'm feeling?
Yeah.
Kip goes, yeah, go for it. And Scott just lays his whole heart out.
Yeah.
About how he's not out and he's worried about his career. He's literally never brought anybody back to his apartment before. Yeah. But he's really, I'm so into you. I'm really, really into you. I can't stop thinking about you. I'm so into you.
He's like, I want you to be here when I leave for practice. I want you to be home here when I get back home. I thought it was sweet. And it's like, it's both like sad to watch, but like cute to watch, because it's like, oh, that sucks that like he's not out, because you know, now they're gonna have to be very, very private about it, but sweet enough that he's like, I just want you to know that these feelings are real and it's not just like a hookup. And I thought that was cutie. And so we see him like still there reading when he leaves for when he gets back home from practice.
Yeah.
And you can tell that he was so happy that he was still there, because it's also
the
like
giddy little boy like jumped onto the couch like, yay, you stayed.
Yeah, no, it was adorable. And like this episode 3 just shows us that they've definitely have gone through really high emotions throughout all of this in like this short period of time, and it's been like a couple months, I think, at this point. But still, like, he is not out of the closet, and you know, no one knows about him. And also, like, Kip is not really allowed to talk about it with a bunch of people, because then that's going to out, you know, him and his secret, and that they're kind of together. And so then they end up at this party, which I think is the same place.
Yeah, same venue.
Yeah, same venue as he was working in. And, you know, Scott had to give a little speech or whatever. But when they were there, like, you know, they were unofficially there together, because they can't really do that. So Kip brought his friend, and she asked to dance with him, and basically had a whole conversation with him that was like, he is like head over heels. And he was like, no, I love him. Like, I love him. And she's like, well, he deserves the world. And like, right now you are just like, this is not it, because you're keeping him a secret. And so after that, they show like the most like a heartbreaking scene where Scott leaves and he gets in the car by himself. Then it cuts to another scene of this car going down an alley, and then Kip gets inside the car, which is sad, because Kip had to walk to wherever the hell this is to get into the car, because they're both going to the same place. They're both going back home, but no one else can see.
But they can't get into the car together.
Yeah. And Kip is like, my birthday's coming up. And Scott's like, I know. And he's like, well, we're doing like a little birthday thing for me at this bar. It is a gay bar. But it's just going to be a few of us. And like, you know, like you can, you know, we can just say we're going as
Lucky. Sorry, guys. Lucky literally just came across the camera. This is our first Lucky blooper, and I'm so excited. I was so happy that I knew we were going to get these.
Get out of here.
Lucky, come here. Like, he can hear me.
Okay. This is not.
I'm going to go back while you deal with Lucky for a sec. Going back to the party. Yes, that is the same venue.
Get down. Thank
Kayla's
you.
being a mean mommy.
Look at him just moving right on over.
No, literally, he's going to go sit in your sink again.
Probably.
But yes, it's the same venue where he was working. I do want to call out, though, that Kip would have been at this party either way. Like, he didn't go to the party because of Scott. Like, he was always supposed to be his friend's plus one to this party. So either way, they would have both been there. So I think it's super valid of her, because I get where, like, if he had invited his friend and then his friend went and like, I'm going to have a whole big long talk with your situationship dude. Yeah. That might have been a little uncalled for, but like, no, she was invited to this event. She brought Kip. Scott did not invite Kip, bring Kip, get Kitten, invite nothing. No. So it kind of just shows like her protectiveness. Like, no, that's my date. We're going to have a chat about my date who you're seeing casually. Yes. And the line that she throws out is everybody's line. It's on all the flash sheets for all the tattoos, is he deserves sunshine.
Yes.
And I think that is just such a well-written line, because it's not just like, he deserves happiness, he deserves joy, but it's like, don't keep this person I love in the shadows. Like, he deserves sunshine. You both do. You both deserve to like come out, see the light, see the sun, be in the public, have your life, be happy. And then, yes, we get like the super heartbreaking, them not getting in the same car. Well, they get in the same car, but not the same place. Yeah. And then the birthday thing. And I do think we have to get Scott some kind of points, because when Kip does go like, my birthday's coming up, Scott is like, yeah, I planned the caterer. We're going to make all this stuff. Like, he had already like, I'm going to take care of this guy for his birthday. But you're right. Like, he didn't consider at all like that Kip is gonna want to do something like in public with like his friends and family who he hasn't seen, because he can't talk about anything in his life. And he, like we said, Kip is super close with all of his friends, with his dad, and has not been honest with them at all about like what's going on.
Like even when his dad's like, where have you been? He's like, oh, I'm staying at my friend's house. You know,
fully lying. So yeah, him saying like, hey, come to my party. It's going to be like, I know it's here, but like there's people coming and you can just come as my friend. Like just come as my friend to my birthday. And Scott's like, I can't even go there. I can't do that.
Especially too, that it's like at a gay bar. Like I feel like he might have been more prone to going if it was just a regular old bar,
like a Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah, sure.
But the fact that it was like at a gay bar, he was like, that's already like a double whammy for me if someone sees me. And the fact that he was like, I can't go, and the immediate disappointment, and Kip like coming to terms being like, I can't do this forever. You know, but Scott's like, it won't be like this for much longer, and you know what, like I just can't right now, and he's like, just like, you know what, like in a few years. And I was like, a few years?
Dude, I almost threw my phone at the TV because the exact line he says, Kayla, what is my favorite word? We all know my favorite word on this pod, guys. He goes, yeah, but soon we can do all this stuff. Really soon, like in a few years. And I'm like,
yeah,
even the gay ones don't even use that word correctly. What do you mean?
No.
Soon in a few years. I lost it. I like fully was like, where's my straight jacket? I'm crashing out again.
Yeah, it's, yeah, no. Because at least, like, at least he's really trying. But it's like, I just fully don't understand why. I mean, granted, it was like a different time, sure. But I just don't really understand, like, what, besides hockey, besides his team, like, why wouldn't you feel like you can be open about that? Like, again, different times. I know.
Completely different time. And I think like in his speech, like at the event where Scott gives a speech, he kind of talks like about his background and his family. Like he was orphaned really young. Yeah. And the only reason he's successful and has a career is because he got this scholarship that let him play on a hockey team, that let him like grow up and have like a hockey family, which is why he's like so devoted to being on the American team and is why like he tries really, really hard in this career. And so really, if you look at it, like Scott doesn't have family. All that he has is his career, actually. All he has is hockey. And knowing what the league is like, knowing that they're not going to be accepting of this, knowing that, like, I still have a few good years left in me, I still want to keep doing hockey, like, this could ruin essentially what was his entire life up until he met Kip. So, like, I get it. I get that, like, realistically, you should be confident enough to just, like, come out and do whatever and like feel accepted. But realistically, like his circle, he doesn't really have that same support. Like his support and his like network compared to him to Kip is so completely different. Oh yeah. Where I get why he would be like literally terrified. But I also want to say, I didn't notice this, but our friend when we were watching noticed it. They are in that apartment together all the time, doing all types of things. When a celebrity lives in a building, you know, like, oh, guys, it's rumored that, like, Scott Hunter lives, like, you know. Yeah. You're not even closing the drapes. My God.
That's what I was thinking, especially when they were in the room and it was, like, broad daylight. And I was like, what? Do people have Zoom and telescopes? Like, Thank you. It might have been 2013 or whatever. I was like, see. You have someone like a building that's like right on the right hand side that can still peek in your window. What are you doing? I turn off, like, just, I don't go somewhere else. I remember thinking that same thing, and I was like, so no privacy. In other words.
Exactly. But we need to be super private and low key and quiet. But we'll
Even
just do
though
it right in
people
front of the
see
window.
you exiting and entering this building every single day.
Yeah.
Every single day. Every
Yeah.
single day. Yeah. No, I thought that part was hilarious. But nonetheless, that episode was my favorite, but the ending was very unfortunate. And can we just talk about the last closing scene when he walks by the gay bar guys and he sees through the perfect view in the window of Kip and his friends, and he's about to blow out the candle, and we see just a man standing there. He turns and we see that it's Scott, and he looks at him, looks straight ahead, and just walks away.
Like
wishing that
was
he
like,
could be there.
I could just, maybe I can go try. Maybe I'll go walk
Yeah.
by. Maybe I'll go see. And he takes like one look and it's like, I can't. Like, I can't bring myself to go in there.
No,
So-
that episode was so sad. But I'm so excited to watch 4, 5, and 6.
Yes. Kayla,
Now that we're doing the
Kayla,
pod.
it picks up. It gets so good. What are your hopes for the rest of the season? Someone who hasn't seen it yet.
Well, I am hoping that we see some sort of movement with Kip and Scott. I don't know if that was the very end of them. I don't know if we're going to see it again or it's going to come to play later, but I really, really, really hope good things for them because they were so cute.
They are cute.
I really hope that somehow Shane and Scott have some sort of connection, that they figure out that, you know, that they figure out the vibe that's going on, and maybe a friendship can bloom out of it. But I don't know, maybe there's going to be a hookup involved. I don't really know, but I'm just hoping there's some sort of connection, platonic or romantic, that they start to catch each other's drift and have someone else to confide in.
Okay.
And I just really hope that one of them can just be out and loud and proud. Like, I'm tired of the secrets. I'm tired of the secrets. And for Shane and Ilya, I hope that Ilya starts developing a true emotional relationship with Shane and starts to talk about his life and things that are going on, because so far it's all been physical and hockey talk. But I just hope that the two of them could actually establish a real friendship and talk about real things instead of just going in and hooking up with each other and calling it a night. So I don't know. And I don't know if there's any other introductory side plots that we're going to be seeing, but
I think you're going to love the way this show goes. What?
You see him just sitting there?
I do, yeah.
Lucky,
please.
I know you hear me. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I will say, to give you any kind of, it's not spoiler or anything at all. It's just more insight from my life that should tell you how good you have it coming. Kayla, I love this show. Me and my friend are considering getting flash tattoos for this show.
No way.
Yes. I've already had them in the works and are booking appointments. We love this show that much. Also, Kayla, I know you've been good about TikTok and you have not been watching, so I don't think you've seen these. Maybe you have. Okay. I don't know. Once we finish, I will send you the video so you know exactly what I'm going to. But I have purchased tickets to what they are calling the Heated Rival Rave.
What?
Kayla, it is this thing that is going around the country right now. And I say country, it might just be the West Coast. I don't know. Where it is produced by Club 90, I think is what the company... Oh my God. Sorry, guys. Lucky literally just jumped into the back of Kayla's chair, and I thought he was going to land on her face. This is crazy.
Hi, sweetheart.
He said rave? I want to hear.
He said Heated Rivalry.
Crazy. Oh, okay.
I was like...
But yes, it's this event. It's produced by this company called Club 90 or 90s
they do it
or
all.
something.
They do it all.
It is a DJ, a production company, whatever, where they book out a venue and basically throw a themed club night.
Yeah, they've done early 2000s. They've done Taylor Swift night. They've done Ariana night. They've done Justin Bieber night.
There you go. You know more than I do.
Night. They've done everything.
Perfect. So they're throwing one for Heated Rivalry, and they've already done other ones for Heated Rivalry where I've seen the clips. Kayla, they play the fan edits that people are making about this show on the big screen. as their it looks so good, Kayla. It looks so good. Tickets are like $35. Okay. They only had the one day for February, and they just opened a second day for here in Vegas because it filled up that fast.
Ooh.
So we're very excited. I will be going. I think me and the girls are making t-shirts. Like, it's gonna be
so
like
fun.
a whole thing. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Fun.
No idea. It's gonna be so good. I have a whole folder on my TikTok, a whole collection titled For Kayla After. Meaning for Kayla after she's watched the show, I can send all of these to her. And they're obviously all about our boys. This video says, I love Heated Rivalry because it feels like I'm 13 reading a Wattpad story at 3 a.m. on a summer night. And I agree. That's fully the vibe. Yep. So if that's what you're looking for, guys, watch the freaking show.
That is it.
That is so good. It is so good. Okay, this one talks about the logos for the team. Have you seen this?
No.
Okay. It's fine. You've seen the show. Those are the logos, okay? Montreal Metros.
Yes.
Boston Raiders, I think. Okay. This whole video is this guy breaking down the logos saying, doesn't that kind of look like a pair of booty cheeks? And doesn't that kind of look like a thing that might interact with a pair of booty cheeks in the show?
He's like, this is actually intentional.
No, literally, listen, Kayla, it's
the peg, and that's the hole. That's what their logos are, right? That's all I can see,
right?
And it's aiming at the hole.
Anyway, I thought it was funny.
Right?
Whether that was intentional or not, I don't know. But it's funny. Someone did ask me if this show and the teams are based on real life teams, and I think the answer was yes.
I think
but like,
so.
Yes, lowercase. Not like yes, but like yes, lowercase.
Yeah, but like allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. So
Some
I'm
inspo.
so glad you're watching it. There are so many good things coming your way, Kayla. You don't even know. You don't even know. I will say, episode 6, before you watch it, you need to be locked the fuck in.
Okay.
Okay, that's all I'm going to tell you. Episode 6 is not something you watch after you've had like a bullshit day and you're mad and you're thinking about like a to-do list that's 15 pages long. No, episode 6 is like you're in church and you watch episode 6. Okay, it is.
Well, I want to like, oh man, but it's 10 o'clock. I'm like, I want to watch them all tonight, but I'm also like, I have to wake up kind of early. But I want to watch.
Okay, friends. Well, I think that's all that we have for the pod. Long story short, if you were looking for some steamy gay romance that is sports related, or at least takes place in a sports related setting, watch Heated Rivalry.
The show's for you.
The show's for you. I think it's worth paying HBO money if you don't have a subscription. Honestly, that's how I feel. It is that good. We don't give HBO credit though because clearly they didn't make the show. That's some company called Crave. So thank you, Crave, for giving me everything that I never knew I needed. Shout out Crave. Shout out Canadians. But I think that's going to be it for this week's episode. There will be a part 2, obviously, when Kayla watches the rest of the show. So if you have questions, thoughts, comments, anything you want us to talk about for the rest of the season, for those who've already watched it, send them to me or like DM the podcast account, I guess. I don't know. But we'll take whatever inquiries that you have and we will talk about all the things once Kayla catches up. So excited. But with that, Kayla Marie, if you want to take us out of I was going to say our first episode, but it's not, but it's our first episode in a long ass time.
Yeah, long time. Also first episode of the year. So also follow us Instagram and TikTok. Two Broads, TOOBROADS. And without further ado, we are closing this out with our good night, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. And we will see you in the next pod. Bye.
Bye.
Guys.